landslide victory in Sikkim. SKM is now leading in 26 seats in Sikkim in early trends. Ruling SKM set to retain power in Sikkim. Remember, 17 is the majority mark. In early trends indicate that SKM is already leading in the 26 seats in the state of Sikkim. Sujal, in fact, continues to be with us. Sujal, the very fact that they broke away with the BJP essentially in this state has, in fact, had no bearing in terms of the early trends. If we simply look at the early trends in the 26 seats, they seem to be leading in these seats.
Yes, I must say the BJP has already broken the alliance with the SKM party. And SKM, in fact, SKM was not willing to forge an alliance with the BJP because the local sentiment, I have earlier also said that the local sentiment for the regional party is so strong in Sikkim, they don't trust that much like national parties. Even the national parties are there, but they prefer local parties in here in Sikkim. Apart from this, the important thing I want to mention here is that BJP president, Sikkim BJP president D.R. Thapa, who is contesting from Burtu constituency, is also getting the second highest vote. But leading is SKM Kolarai, who is candidate there, is leading in the Burtu constituency seat also.
You know, Sujal, I also want to talk to you about the fact that you spoke about the indigenous population and their faith really on regional parties, but there is a fear factor as well. Given, the purge of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, that Article 371 that gives a special status to Sikkim could be altered. And that is the biggest concern among the local population.
Yes, I must say Article 371 of Sikkim is very important and safeguarding article for Sikkim. And the Sikkim was when the Article 370 was abrogated 2-3 years back. And the Amit Shah has assured, the Union Home Minister then, Amit Shah has assured that we will not touch 371 Act. So with this assurance, only in the Sikkim BJP as well as the SKM party is also happening in the same tone. So we don't need to fear. The leaders are saying, BJP as well as SKM leaders are saying that we don't need to fear because Amit Shah, Union Minister, has said that they will not touch the Article 371 Act. So this is the thing about the Article 371 in Sikkim.
We'll talk to you about that in a moment from now. Sujal Pradhan getting us those details. He is, in fact, coming to us live from Gangtok. I'm now going to go across to Suhas Chakma, well-known political analyst. Thank you for your time. A very good morning. Your reaction first to the early trends that we're reporting on 26 seats where SKM is leading in the state of Sikkim.
Well, I think it was expected in a way because Sikkim is something which is not on the map in the sense that it's neither part of the Northeast nor part of the mainstream India. And apart from, I think, when Ram Madhav was the General Secretary in charge of the Northeast, BJP has not made any kind of efforts, to go into Sikkim. So Sikkim is something which is not on the agenda. And therefore, it was very natural. In any case, I think the regional political parties in Sikkim are very strong. So the results which are coming out, are absolutely, on the expected lines, not only in this time, but even if we had looked at earlier when the UPA was ruling, the Sikkim managed to basically run on its own way. I don't think any national political party was able to make inroads in Sikkim. So the results are on expected lines in Sikkim.
We've also been talking about that the deep-rooted faith on regional parties in the state of Sikkim, which is very different from Arunachal Pradesh, really is also stemming from the fear factor. As far as Article 371F is concerned, that the special status of Sikkim must not be altered with. And that's the reason the fear when it comes to the BJP, given the purge of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, isn't it?
Well, there is genuine fear. I think there are two issues here. One, I think the people in Sikkim are scared that, BJP will take away the special status of all the states which are covered under Article 371. So that fear is there. BJP has been trying to assuage after the removal of the Article 370. But, you can only assuage so much. That's one aspect. I think the second aspect, if you look at in Arunachal Pradesh, people are demanding much more powers and autonomy in terms of their own affairs under Article 371. Because under Article 371 in Arunachal Pradesh, the governor of the state has much more power than all other governors across the country. So there are two different issues in two different states. And I think the fear of the Sikkimis, BJP could only reach out so much, so that has been one of the factors. But apart from that factor also, if you look at it, BJP was not a player. They tried to, manipulate in the sense that, buy up some of the MLS in the previous term and form the government. And after they failed in that, they didn't make any efforts. And, if you look at the Sikkim, in charge of the Northeastern region, you could see Himanta Biswa Sarma as the chairman of the Northeast Democratic Alliance. Sikkim is technically part of the Northeast. But everybody knows, Sikkim is not part of the Northeast because in between you have West Bengal. So therefore, it is not integrated in that sense in the Northeast. And you have seen that, none of the senior leaders from the BJP, including Himanta Biswa Sarma, had made any kind of visits to Sikkim. So Sikkim, in a way, runs on its own. Okay,
it's fallen off the radar. Jayanta Ghoshal, senior journalist, also joining us this morning. Thank you, Jayanta Ghoshal, for your time. Your reaction first to the early trends, and Suhas Chakma, who is in fact with us, says that Sikkim essentially has fallen off the radar. The BJP hasn't really focused here at all, and the results, in fact, the trends, in fact, of 26 seats where the SKM is leading is along expected lines.
Yeah, I think I agree with Shovaji. Sikkim is a very sensitive part of this country. And Sikkim, for BJP, there are two strategies. There is a short-term strategy, there is a long-term strategy. The first strategy is that there should be a comfortable majority government. If there is an instability, if there are any problem of anarchy in this small region, that can be a major disturbance for our country. So Sikkim is first of all, we need a stable government there. And for BJP, the break from the regional party, Sikkim Krantikari Dal, this separation was there. But after this sweeping, thumping majority of the government, if it takes place, I think that is a better for democracy that BJP is trying to grow there because it's a Northeast strategy overall. There are 7 sisters, 1 brother, and Amit Shah in the first press conference as he becomes party president in Ashoka Road, I remember he said that if BJP wants to be a pan-Indian party really, from Hindi heartland we have to reach to the remote Northeast state also. And, we have seen in the last 10 years, the BJP's growth in Northeast, even in Assam, in Tripura, in several states. And now in Sikkim, BJP tried to get the BJP's independent growth. We have to study the percentage of BJP's vote share in different constituencies. And BJP wants to be their own DNA, the party with own DNA, and that BJP is trying in Sikkim. In Arunachal Pradesh, it's a different story, but in Sikkim, I think, the neighboring country, this China's role, we know what is the China's expansionist policy, strategy. So we have to be very careful in Sikkim region, the trade in the Nathula Pass region. There are several issues, but center-state relationship also very important for Sikkim. So I think this result shows the sense of democracy. And Article 371, this issue, in several occasions, BJP and the Amit Shah as Home Minister clarified that after Kashmir, what happened for 370, now 371 not be implemented. But the local mood of this state, it is clear that there is a fear psychosis.
Okay.
And there is a,